Record of the Disaster on St. George Island, Part 1, Solomon's Nightmare. First, Departure from Palau and the Tactical Spirit, August 1942. Departure on August 15, 1942. After 40 days of intensive training in Palau, the regiment departed for Guadalcanal via truck and Rabaul. Tactical disagreement. Upon arriving at Shortland Island, a disagreement arose between Detachment Commander Kawaguchi and Regimental Commander Oka regarding the landing method. Kawaguchi's group advocated for a forceful landing via destroyers. He led the 1st and 3rd battalions to land at Taibu Point on the eastern side of Guadalcanal between August 29th and 31st. Oka's group, barge maneuver, advocated for a stealthy approach using small craft. He led the regimental headquarters in the 2nd Battalion, approx 1,000 men, on roughly 50 barges Daihatsu, departing on the night of September 2nd. Second, September 4th, the air raids and chaos at sea. Surprise attack. On the morning of September 4th, while moving south along the islands, Oka's unit was ambushed by 3 U.S. bombers while resting in a small inlet. Devastating damage. The air raids continued at 30-minute intervals until after 5 p.m., causing heavy casualties and destroying several barges. Desperate departure. In the chaos, Kimura's original boat failed to return. He and his comrades managed to bleed their way onto an overloaded boat belonging to the Regimental Artillery Company, departing into stormy seas after 6 p.m. Third, the sinking crisis and the miraculous landing. Flooding. The boat's hull had been damaged by the earlier bombing. As heavy waves battered the craft, water began to pour in. Soldiers desperately bailed out water using steel helmets and mess tins. To lighten the load, they discarded heavy oil drums and reserve rations into the sea. Isolation. As the engine foundered, the boat fell behind. Other passing boats refused to help, fearing they would sink if they took on more men, leaving Kimura's boat alone in the dark. Finding land. Fearing the end was near, Kimura remembered a landmass he had seen earlier and shouted for the boat to turn 19 degrees to the east. They reached the shore just as the engine finally died. Fourth, surviving members and rations. The landing. 2 shipping engineers swarmed to the reef with ropes to guide the boat. All 60-plus men successfully reached the shore despite the crashing waves. Survivor broke down, 67 total. A roll call on September 5th confirmed the survival of Regimental Headquarters, 9 men led by Lieutenant Nagata. Regimental Artillery Company, 28 men, including 1 regimental gun and 64 rounds of ammo. Independent Wireless Squad, 10 men. Medical Squad, 8 men. Shipping Engineers, 12 men. Rations. After pulling all remaining food, they had approximately 3 kilograms of rice per person, which they strictly rationed to 1 kilogram per day for 10 days. Fifth, desperate days on the island. Hunger and wildlife. From September 6th, they began rationing their meals. Kimura recalled a terrifying moment when a giant bat, over 1 meter long, licked his cheek while he slept. Foraging. It took 5 or 6 men 2 hours to cut down a single palm tree to eat the heart of plum, the tender core. They also attempt to catch fish by shooting at them with rifles. retrieving supplies. On September 8th, they returned to the site of a destroyed barge and recovered pickled plums, umeboshi, salted bonite, canned goods, and rice from the wreckage, while paying their respects to the fallen comrades found there. 6th, the tragedy of the missed rescue, a failed connection. On the night of September 8th, a vessel appeared offshore. Though signals were sent and voices were heard, the sound of the waves and the wind prevented any successful communication, and the ship departed. Cruel realization. On September 9th, they found a naval leaflet on the island standing. Rescue destroyers will arrive on the evening of September 8th. Light fire at the arrival point to indicate your position. Having found the message one day too late, Kimura felt the blood drain from his face, and he realized they had missed their only chance for rescue. To be continued, number 8.